This portion of Carlos and Lisa is brought to you by Amalfi Estates.
You know, people make all kinds of mistakes when they're getting ready to buy a house or sell a house.
So many mistakes.
So we need an expert here.
Good thing we know one. Anthony Marguleas of Amalfi Estates is here to talk all about those mistakes. Hi, Anthony.
How
Hi,
you
guys. How are you?
All right, so, I mean, let's just start with the seller, the person who's selling their home. What kind of mistakes do you run into with those people right off the bat?
What we typically see is they may use a friend or a family member who may not do real estate full time. It may be on a part-time basis.
My cousin's brother's friend
That's
has
exactly
a
right.
license.
Yeah,
Right.
and I'm going to help you out. I'll
Right.
give you a little discount on the commission,
Right.
and I'll help you out. I haven't sold a house in a long time. I may not know the contracts, but I'm going to help you out.
Wow.
And that's what we see. That's
Right.
probably one of the major mistakes.
And then what happens in that case? So in that case, that person has gone down this road with somebody who may not be as experienced, and then do you have a bigger mess to clean up?
Yeah, exactly. So what happens is they may overprice the property. We see that a lot. So a lot of sellers may think that, well, if I price it a little high, it'll give me more room to negotiate in the
Down.
price. And typically what we see is you want to price it about 1 to 2, maybe even 3% over market. But a lot of times if you price it 5 or 10% over market, buyers aren't going to write offers. They think it's too high.
Right.
They're going to go on Zillow. They're going to see the value. They're like, the seller's not realistic. I'm not going to write an offer. And there's a lot of value buyers out right now. So.
But if you're buying from, if you're using a friend or a friend of a friend, they're not even going to know what the market is.
That's exactly
I mean,
right.
that's a problem.
Yeah. Anytime you see an out of area code in an area, so if you're selling an 818 area code and there's a 310 phone number on the sign, or a 213 number and you're selling in a 310 area code, then you know that it's probably an out of area broker who's a friend. They maybe gave them a discount. So the seller is probably penny wise and pound foolish.
Right.
They're trying to save money on commission, not realizing having an expert who really knows the market. They know what the property's sold for up the street. They know what the comparables are. They know, oh, there's an expo line going in across the street. You know,
Right.
things like that. What the
Right.
schools are, everything.
Is there anything else besides choosing an inexperienced realtor, is there anything else that a seller is doing that you see that's wrong?
Yeah, we see a lot of sellers right now will not stage or paint or get their property ready.
Oh.
Yeah, when the market was hot, they didn't need to do that. Things sold so quickly. So when property value is going up 10 and 12% a year, you could put a sign in the front yard. It would sell that quick. Now you really need to actually
Do some
make
stuff.
it look amazing.
Right.
You know, and that's staging, that's painting, that's cleaning up, that's landscaping.
I'm amazed when I go
So.
through open houses and I see a messy house. You know, dogs, dog dishes all over the place. The dishes aren't done in the sink, and the real estate agent's trying to clean up for the open house. And I'm thinking to myself, wow, they didn't even think this through.
Right. Yeah, we see that quite a bit.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
Okay.
what about buyers? What kind of mistakes do buyers make?
So buyers, a lot of times with buyers, they sometimes will put an offer in maybe a little too quickly, a low offer. So what you want to do, especially if it's a property that maybe it's a little overpriced, maybe wait a little while. You don't want to put a low offer in right away. Seller's going to use that offer as bait to get more offers. They're not going to tell other buyers we got a low offer. They're just saying we got an offer, you better hurry. So the biggest mistake I see buyers come in with is they'll write too low of an offer too soon on a property.
Okay, but obviously that means there's a sweet spot somewhere, and does that just depend on the property and the day and
It
which
really
way the
does.
wind blows that day?
It depends what the value of that property is. It depends how much activity they have. It really depends how motivated they are.
So as a former
So-
buyer, I can tell you one of the biggest mistakes I made was thinking I could afford a house that was too much for me.
Wow. Okay.
Do you see that?
We
People's
see it
eyes
a
kind
little.
of.
We see it a little bit now. The market lenders have gotten a lot more conservative.
Yeah.
So 10 years ago, what caused the 2008 financial collapse,
Right.
they were lending up to 110% of the value of the property. Limited doc. You did not need a job.
Right.
Your credit may not have been good. And I'm not saying in your case, but I'm
Right.
saying
That's what they were
they
doing.
were very liberal.
Thanks for
about-
painting the profile.
Yeah, Carlos, I'm
Good
not
job.
saying you. And anyway, no, but they were
Yeah.
very, very, if you could fog a mirror, they would lend money to you.
Sure.
And now they're a lot more conservative.
Right.
Yeah.
So we're not seeing it as much, Carlos.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Okay, so anything else for buyers or sellers that we want to make sure that we avoid?
I think as a
Avoid.
buyer, when you walk into an open house,
Oh, yeah,
do
tell me.
not ask any questions about the property. What
What?
happens is buyers come in and they think they're pretty smart, and they start asking that listing agent, or if the seller's there, they'll say, So that roof looks like it's pretty old. Any problems with it? And then the listing agent or the seller will say, yeah, the roof's old and has to be replaced, and it's going to cost $10,000. You'd rather find that out after you have an accepted offer so you can renegotiate and not before.
Oh,
Ooh,
that's an
wow,
interesting.
That's really interesting.
Whoa, that's
so
an interesting
keep your
tidbit.
opinions and your
That's
ideas
exactly
to yourself.
right. That's exactly right.
And use it as a bargaining chip.
Yeah, so you walk in and be expressionless. Right?
Oh, it's a
Right?
poker
Poker
game.
face, yes.
It's a poker game.
Yes.
Okay.
That's really tough for me.
And the worst thing that buyers do is they walk in and they'll say to the listing agent, oh my gosh, I'm going to spend $20,000, $30,000 remodeling this house. I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. Well, then you get an accepted offer and you try and renegotiate, and they're like, you're going to remodel this kitchen and bathroom.
Right.
I'm not giving you any money back.
Smart.
Good advice.
So keep your
Yeah.
mouth shut, look around, stoic face.
That's exactly right.
Got
and,
it.
And another thing sellers do, they'll be there at the open house. You don't want to be at the open house, you
Don't
know.
be
So
there.
you want to make sure buyers feel really comfortable, and buyers agents, when they walk into an open house, the seller's not sitting there
Staring
as a-
at 'em.
Yeah, because you want to be really
Yeah.
honest and
Right.
feel comfortable.
Right.
All right. Well, Anthony, thank you so much for this
You're welcome. Very much.
interesting conversation.
And
Of
they
course,
can reach you at?
AmalfiEstates.com.
AmalfiEstates.com.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Marguleas.
Anthony.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks so
I
much.
appreciate
We'll see you
it.
next
Great
time.
to have you here.
Thank
we'll be
you.
right back.